I ended up turning around from Miami instead of heading over west towards Naples. I ended up turning around and coming back up on I-95 to Brevard County and got up here and then spent yesterday, day number 8, going through some paperwork and finishing things off. This is day number 9, and I'll be spending most of it here today at the compound, closing things out here at the compound. Wow, some birds. I think hawks, maybe. I don't know what kind of birds they are. It's about 6:30 a.m. right now, and this is what it looks like out here in the morning. You can see how the birds are still hunting. Sorry about the blurry video, but it is sunrise. Actually, you can't even see the sun yet. It's kind of cold out here, so I'm not going to stay out here too long. But I actually drove to the compound last night in the dark. Didn't have GPS and got lost. There was completely no lights out here at all. I was out here at about like 8:45. Yeah, I got out here at about 8:30, 8:45, and it was pitch black out here. And I thought I knew where to go, but then I turned, and it turned out I wasn't at the right place. So I started driving the labyrinth in the dark. I was thinking of Jules. I was like, oh man, she would like love this video. It was completely black. I didn't record it and stuff because it was so dark. The camera wouldn't have picked up anything. I had my high beams on, but could only see a little ways away, and almost ran into several animals. Had some animals zip in front of my van at really fast speeds. One of them, I couldn't tell what it was. I think it was a rabbit, but it's like a jackrabbit. It was hauling butt. And then another one was some kind of bird. Several birds almost got hit by me because I guess they hunt at night. But I was driving around and then I had to do some U-turns and back out. And then I was trying to find the main road, but I couldn't see the main road because it was pitch black. And then finally, I hit a spot that I recognized from my bike ride. There were some paint cans that had been sitting on the side of the road. I was like, hey, this is familiar. So I think if I keep going this way, I will hit the correct road. And sure enough, I kept going and going. And then I hit the road with one of the markers that I think Tough Mudda, as they say, might have put down. I was like, I think this is the cross intersection. And then as soon as I turned down there, it still didn't look familiar because it was pitch black. Then I saw all the markings on the road. I don't know if you remember in the previous videos, there were markings that looked like tractor trailers had scraped up the road. So I knew that was the correct road. Then I went down further and I saw the spot where they had set up the wall, the Berlin Wall. We had thought that was the Army reserves moving in, because I definitely knew then that I was in the right area. I was on the correct road. And then from that point on, I was able to navigate successfully in pitch black. So I think after a while, if you're out here, as much as I have been, you tend to know these roads. I don't know all of the roads, but I know how to get here once I hit certain roads, because I remember there are actually landmarks you can use instead of street signs that will tell you where you are. Now, if you have GPS, you'll know exactly where you are, because you can just look at the road and know what that road is. But without GPS and navigating in the dark, you're relying solely on landmarks that you can recognize. Anyhow, we are back at Camp Freedom 2. You can see there's ashes here, because I had a nice fire going last night. There's lots of ashes left in there because I let it burn out. But essentially, I'm here at the camp to reflect a bit and close things out. I'm also going to be filming my series, Presumed Guilty. So that's what I'll spend the majority of my day doing here. The fire that I had burning was kind of special. Let me show you why. It's, I had burned a lot of it already. Try to get into the vehicle here. It's kind of a mess up front here because I just dumped everything in here. But I don't know if you can see this garbage bag. I already burned like about, I had already burned like the equivalent of one whole bag. And this is the second bag. And it's got paperwork here, and names here on here, but you can see it's got paperwork here that says Respondents Exhibit. What this is, or these are here, and emails here. This is me to Douglas Reynolds, the public defender, the head of the public defender, complaining about Maria Vaith. In fact, I should probably read it. This one I do want you to know. I'm just going to burn it. I've been burning all the legal paperwork, all the crap that happened 7 years ago, all the things that have led me to now living in my van and being out here at Camp Freedom 2 at the compound. I basically went down by my ex-girlfriend's house. She'd been holding stuff for me, and I picked up as much of this paperwork as I could find. Old court filings, legal paperwork. It was enough to fill up 2 huge garbage bags. That's how much paperwork was generated for this case. There was paperwork for the trial, evidence. A lot of it was never seen. A lot of it will never be seen or read because I've been burning it because they didn't use it at trial. And, they didn't use it for my criminal trial because I ended up taking a plea. And for the civil trial, for the custody, the only person who really saw it was the guardian ad litem. And she ended up telling the judge she would have ruled in my favor and let me have primary custody of my children. But the judge never saw the evidence, and even though the guardian ad litem, whom she put in place, recommended that I be the primary custodial guardian parent of my kids, for whatever reason, she ruled in favor of my now ex-wife. But anyhow, this is a letter from me to Douglas Reynolds, who was the boss of the, my public defender, or as we call them, public pretenders, Maria Vaith. It says, to Douglas Reynolds, complaints with regards to my case. Dear Mr. Reynolds, I am writing to you directly because, you know what? I think I'm going to read this. We're going to wait till there's a little bit more light so the video is not so crappy. And I'm going to start my presumed guilty video reading this letter. I'll save this one from being burned. There are literally hundreds, thousands, several thousand pages of letters and emails and complaints and filings. I burnt them all, and I'm probably going to burn some today, this morning here, to make breakfast. But I'm going to pull this one out here and read it and share it with you. I've been burning them just to let go completely. Case is long over. It's 7 years. No need to save this crap anymore. It was a dark time. It was a sad time. I was planning on returning letters that were sent to me while I was in jail from some friends, family and friends. But I think I'm just going to burn them all, except for one set for a friend who may want them because he collects everything. But everybody else's letters and mine, I'm burning. There's no point in keeping it. The case is long over. My daughter's almost grown up now. My son is stuck suffering. I had put out my plea for the Freedom, Hope, and Love Foundation, and it seems nobody's interested. There's been a few shares, but not enough. This looks like this will be Camp Freedom 2. My hopes of creating a real Camp Freedom 2, a foundation, looks like it won't exist or doesn't exist. I'll leave the site up and the GoFundMe in case for whatever miracle it does catch on. But for now, this is Camp Freedom 2 and the foundation, which is just basically me. But I'm burning everything to move on with my life. And I'll tell this story and I'll leave it here so at least the truth can be out there. Not all the lies that you see on all over the internet with my name attached to it. But this letter was a complaint that I mailed to Mr. Reynolds, the chief, the head of the public defender's office in Brevard County. So please stay tuned. If you would like to join me, I will warn you that the information on the Presumed Guilty channel is pretty intense. And there's a lot of stuff that people will find unbelievable. But I will tell you this, just like the video here at Camp Freedom 2 in the hut, seems unbelievable. But if you fact check and see, that what I'm talking about is happening or has happened, you'll find that the information that I'm giving you from my time in jail and the whole process here that I will be putting up on the Presumed Guilty channel is all true. All of it. And if you fact check and look into the situation, you'll find that it is all true. I've been telling the truth the whole time for the past 7 years. No one wants to listen, but it doesn't matter anymore. So join me on that channel. As far as the Living in a Van channel, my trip got diverted, and we'll be talking about that a little bit. And I still plan on doing videos of me living in the van and showing my journey living in the van, and some exciting things that I see along the way and whatnot. But the videos will take a hold for now. Will be on hold because I need to work on the other series, the Presumed Guilty. Once I finish that video series, I hope I will truly be free, because this burden I've been carrying for 7 years nearly 7 years, I can finally lay to rest